Wow! Welcome back, DL Nation. Welcome to DL TV. It's Seoul Shibuya back for the 2008 winter spring season. Now, I've been gone for a minute, doing my thing in the off season, but I'm ready, roared, and fired up to be back to bring it to you live and straight from this here awesome studio. I know what you're thinking. What's all that garbage behind me? But you know that just adds to the charisma of this set. Yo, you gotta roll with it, okay? Alright, AAA action this season. Holy smokes, we got 12 teams across 3 conferences. I love the new format. We got Bangkok, Saigon, Tokyo. Within each conference, you play each other twice, as you know, for those 6 games. And then after that, based on the seeding of the teams, you play intra-conference games against teams with your own similar record. Man, the action is heating up on the hardwood already, despite the temperatures outside here in NYC. I mean, have you seen what's going on outside in NYC right now? Man, I was just in Hawaii for a minute. Now I'm back in New York City, and man, I gotta tell you, But anyways, okay, the top teams of each conference: Tri-State, Old School, in Bangkok. Saigon got Piglass and PE. And Tokyo Conference, seeing the old boys all sitting atop their conferences with undefeated records. These teams are sitting in the driver's seat early. However, teams like the Cordilleras, KSA Champs, Steelers, CEMQ, they all hot on their tail. So this is going to be fun this season before it all shakes out. We're going to see what's going to happen. Alright, plenty of games left to play. Plenty of basketball left. Now, early season, you gotta like Tri-State Invasion. They sitting in the driver's seat overall. I think they got a tough team, top to bottom, really well balanced. They obviously have experience. I mean, their team does average about 39.5 years of age. And the only reason they're not above that 40 is because of that kid, that 16-year-old kid, Mark Palacios, who just might walk away with the MVP this season if this team takes it. You know what I'm saying? Have you seen this guy play? This 6'4" puppy got it going on. I mean, him playing with these dinosaurs, it's a pretty funny sight. However, he brings the youth, they bring the funk, and man, they might win the whole thing. Alright. Over in Saigon, Piglass and PE, 3-0 already. First team in this division in the AAA that's 3-0. Stan Young, Quincy Toe, now they add Chuck Long, who came over from MMA 101 or the NL, Chuck's brother Jeff. I mean, this team is just stacked top to bottom. You know what I'm saying? So they gonna be there too at the end. They gonna have something to say, I'm sure. And the old boys, wow, old Knights is what it is. Knights folded from last season. They brought over Carson Yu, they brought over Jason Chen, they brought over Tommy Sheck, and man, these guys, they be wrecking it up. They got Jason Kwok, Nick Gao, Felix Shen, Danny Xiao, reigning defensive player of the season, Ali Govani. They have a roster 1 through 7 that is the envy of the league, okay? I mean, they don't have a weak link in their body. So, old boys, too, will have something to say before all is said and done. Really like the direction they're going in. Really, really do. Good job recruiting. Actually, more like good job, commissioner, for giving them the Knights. Alright? So, like I said, before all is said and done, going to be some interesting happenings. Now, of course, these 3 teams are in the top, but teams like I mentioned before, the Cordilleras, KSA, Steelers, and CEMQ, all got a lot to offer as well. CEMQ, they came out of the gates 2-0, looking like world beaters, but they suffered a tough loss to old boys the other week. They lost to Arthur Liu, probably the best perimeter shooter, with a high ankle sprain. He'll be out for 6 to 8 weeks. He may want to take some notes from Sid Crosby. Sid Crosby got the same thing, sitting out the season for the Pittsburgh Penguins right now. Alright. And Cash, their main man, Money Cash, who comes off the bench, he may be out of the pocket for a little bit as well. So, if they have some attendance issues, I see the team having some issues. However, they get everybody out there on the court. They are well-oiled, and Danny Chin has that team headed in the right direction. But we will see. It's a long season, and this is why we tell everybody you gotta have a big roster, because you never know. You never know. Okay, Steelers. Boy, Steelers. Remember this team 2 seasons ago? They played the AL. They started out 2-0 that season, and they lost 8 straight after that. They lost 7 regular season games in a row, and then the one playoff game. They went 2-8 in that season after a promising 2-0 start. Guess what? Guess what? They started this AAA season out 2-0, and last week they lost to Pick Last and PE. They didn't just lose, they got their butts handed to them. Alright, are we going to see a repeat of 2 seasons ago? From 2-0 to 2 outhouse? Peter May? Mike Wu? Don't let that happen, okay? You hear me, boys? Don't let it happen. Not in this here year of the rat. Don't let it happen. That's all I gotta say about that. Don't let it happen. Alright. Corlier's reigning champs. Man, they got a tall task in front of them if they want to repeat. I mean, really? They've already lost the game. They already lost the game to Tri-State. I mean, it was a barn burner, but they've lost the game. And for them to run to the table the rest of the season, it's still going to be a tough task. They really got a lot of work ahead of them. They didn't really make any changes to their roster. They swapped Rick Wong for Virgilio Borbo, but that's pretty much like, you know, 3 for 3. So we'll see what they can come up with, these defending champs. We will see. KSA, another nice looking team. They got good inside play with Ian Wang and Big Albert Quack. Those guys clean boards. They had 19 and 12, I think it was, in the last game between them. That's like out-rebounding most teams on a nightly basis. They took the Corliers to the wire. I think they'll be there in the end too, making some noise. Making some noise. Alright. Now, as for the rest of the league, we got still a lot of games left, folks. I mean, half man, half crazy. The Funky Skills, NWO, Dynasty, and the Fighting Hellfish, nay, Care Bears. Y'all got to get your act together a little bit, but, you know, it's not too late. In the case of the Fighting Hellfish, 0-3. 0-3. This team was proud last season, the Care Bears. They made a deep run in the playoffs. They got players like Jack Ma, Will Poon, Seth Lee drained from outside. They got a lot of talent on that team. And they're 0-3. I'm kind of surprised. I mean, that may speak to how tough the Tokyo Conference is. I mean, after all, the Funky Skills did retain Bang Lee Takanuchi, who, there's a better passer in this hemisphere. I'd yet to meet him. I'd yet to see him. Okay? Bang Lee really bringing it for Funky. They just got over on the Hellfish on Sunday. So that conference is pretty stacked top to bottom. From the old boys, CMQ, Funky Skills, and the Hellfish, 1 through 4. That's going to be a fun battle. See who comes out of that alive. Okay? Alright, as for half man, half crazy, Dynasty, well, they got some work to do. Dynasty sitting at 0-3, half is 1-2. But I think these teams, you know, they still got time to pick it up, gel a little bit, get accustomed to the DL rules, to the settings, to their opponents. And, you know, things should come around. Things should come around. One would hope. One would hope. Alright, in Bangkok, NWO bringing in the bottom, 0-2. Averaging only 28.5 points so far in their 2 games. They have the worst offense in the AAA, and they need some serious help. They're also giving up 57.5 points a game, which is second worst in the AAA. The Fighting Hellfish giving up 68.3, almost 70 points a game. Seth, what are you guys doing? But NWO, you know, taking their lumps, rookie season in the AAA of the DL, playing with the big boys. This is how it goes. But keep playing hard, guys. Keep playing hard, okay? A lot of season left, a lot of room to grow. Okay, so there's, in a nutshell, in this dark week, what's going on in the AAA. This could all change in a matter of 2-3 weeks. I might be back then telling you that NWO has risen to the top. The Corliers may have lost every game they played since then. And who knows, okay? There may be a new MVP candidate on the horizon. This is why they play the game. Alright. Now, I'm signing out right now. So I'll see you suckers later.